So if you are joining us, welcome. We're just waiting for the guys to get set and get ready. We're a little bit late. We do apologize for that, but hopefully we're going to be on time in a couple of seconds. Just to give you an overview of what's actually taking place, yes, we are busy just on the screen at the moment, just giving it a little bit of information. We can be found on the website, or you can find us on Facebook. So make sure you look out for us, and yeah, we're looking forward to making contact with you, and obviously you keeping up with all of the news with us. So yeah, we'll be just taking you through some of the particulars about today's race as well, and hopefully give you an overview of As mentioned, yes, we'll be racing Azerbaijan today, so you have to be very, very wary of what's coming up in this race today, and we'll be looking to watch the guys very carefully as they go through this street circuit track. Very technical track, I must say, today, so we'll be watching how the guys are going to be doing, and obviously keeping an eye on each of the teams. And yes, it was so exciting last week, obviously viewing all of the craziness that went on last week in China, but this week in Azerbaijan. So we'll see how they are going to fit themselves. The teams are gathering at the moment, and they're just preparing themselves to start this race this evening. Yes, we are slightly early this evening, but just to give you an overview of actually what's taking place this evening, the guys are getting ready to go as we speak. So we're going to go into a 30-minute practice, and then on to qualification round about 8 minutes, and then we will do our best to watch all of the 50% of this race and see who is going to do what. So we are taking you through Azerbaijan as it stands at the moment, and we'll give you some details on what is going on this evening.
Debuting in 2016 for the European Grand Prix and returning last season for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. In 2016, Valtteri Bottas reached the highest ever recorded speed in an official Formula One session, driving at a blistering 235 miles per hour through the street. He smashed the previous record set in 2004 by 5 miles an hour. SAAOLR running the current specification Ferrari power units this year after opting to use the 2016 specification for the 2017 season. New safety measures have been introduced since the start of the 2018 season. Drivers are now required to wear helmets to take license. 20 turns. Making second on.
So yes, out on the track with Muna at the moment, and what we're going to do is just go through and see who is with us this evening. There are a number of apologies coming through, but however, we're going to keep you up and about on who is in this race for this evening here as Azerbaijan. And as you can see, currently we're on board with the Muna. Dylan is also in this evening, as well as the Sackman. Devon's in, so that's great to see the guys here with us. We have Springbok Gamer, as well as TBN Wazi, as well as Thomas Staff, and then Blixen P, Nemax 7, as well as Wazi. So 11 drivers with us this evening. And as I said, we had a number of apologies for this evening, and we'll let you know if they are going to be joining us this evening as well. We are missing some of the major contenders here this evening, but we are bringing you this live as we carry on. Just to give you some insight, yes, of what's going on. If we look currently at the Constructors' Championship, let me tell you at the moment, the Muna is at the top of the board with 58 points, as well as TBN DW. That's David, he is at 48 points, and then Wazi last week crashed out, technical complications there at 43 points. Then Springbok Gamer, he is in 4th position with 27 points, and then TBN Wazi is at 24 points, Nesmax 20 points, and then Gav Pig 18 points, Blixen P on 14 points, and then Stratum Ivan 12 points, the Sackman at 11 points, and then Dylan, who wasn't able to race with us last week, but he is here this week, and he has 10 points. So the guys are still in the running here this evening, and we'll be keeping a very close eye on who is going to be the champion this week. So as I mentioned, we will give, this is a very highly technical track, and I'm sure they're going to be watching these cars, making sure they're not going to be going into any of the side barriers on these long straights of this 6-kilometer track. Yes, as mentioned, it is highly technical, and you can see already a 142 being put into the practice. So very great stuff from there. Oh, a little bit of a spin there from the Muna. Hopefully not too much damage, but we will have a look and see. In actual fact, sorry, it looks as though it was Blixen P who got himself into a bit of a tangle there. So yeah, we'll be watching and seeing what's actually happening with the guys here this evening. So keeping you on the track and seeing what's going on. Dylan in the pits at the moment. Looks like Sackman has already crashed out of this practice, and then we have Devon on an outer lap. So his partner not here this evening. That's the judge man. We have Springbok Gamer as well. Ooh, a little bit of a rub there, but I'm sure that he's going to be looking to see what he can do this evening. Here we have just seen a little bit of an incident with Staffy, so I'm sure he's going to be looking to see what he can do. You can see part of the wing damage there. He'll be crawling back to the pits and then obviously taking care of that business this evening. It looks as though Thomas is also out at the moment, as well as Wazi. So lots of errors going out there. We'll have a look and see what is going to be happening at the moment. As you can see, coming into the pits right now is Staffy. So I'm sure he's going to get that car repaired and then get out into the line of fire here this evening. So also just to give you a little bit of heads up on the Constructors Challenge, who is leading the Construction Challenge at the moment? Well, yes, it has to be, and it can only be the Williams at the moment. So they're right on top there, and yeah, we'll be seeing if they can do the same this evening and keep themselves on top. As I said last week, it was a very interesting race that happened last week, and well, Muna took the position there as the champion of that, then followed by obviously the Rossos. Yes, Terra Rossa coming in second there, and that was Devet, and then third obviously was excuse me, third was Springbok Gamer, just to watch what was going on. So very good result for them last week. Let's see what they're going to be doing this week in this very technical track, and as you can see at the moment, really taking it to the max is the Muna at the moment in the circuit, the street circuit track. So currently a 141 there, so that's gone up a little bit. You guys can obviously take part in the comments column in our YouTube channel. Tell us who you're supporting this evening. Give us an indication of who's your favorite driver, and then obviously keeping us in the know. There is a poll there as well that you can take part in. There's a number of questions just to make sure that you're staying connected with us, and then obviously we can go from there and see who got the poll correct. And it's going to be interesting stuff this evening. As you can see, Devon is out as well, the Sackman out, as well as Thomas. A very technical track as mentioned before. However, I'm sure the guys are going to be ready to go for the qualies, and that's in approximately 20 minutes time. So we'll let you sit back and enjoy, have a look at some of the guys doing what they need to do. It looks as though Springbok Gamer has just crawled into second place there at 1 minute 44, and I think one of the poll questions is who won the this Grand Prix this year. You can obviously, there's two names to choose from. You can actually have a look at that and see. The other question we've got is, what do you think the pole position time will be for this race this evening? So get active with us and answer those questions. It will be great to have your feedback on who you think is going to win this Grand Prix this evening. So once again, thank you for joining us. As I mentioned, I will have a look and give you an indication on who is currently looking at the top of the log when it comes to the salaries. And as I mentioned, the salaries are used at the end of the season to select which teams they are going for. So you can see there just a quick indication on who's who, and who is the money, leading the money at the moment with this team. So guys, please have a look, and you can see clearly what these guys are going to be earning money on as well. There is a salary that needs to come in there, so that's going to increase as well for this race. Those that did attend this race this evening, and yeah, I'm sure you'll be looking at seeing where they're going to be coming through and taking their positions when it comes to their salary at the moment. As you know, they're going to be bidding for their teams in Season 4, and as much money as they can earn on the esports bucks is what they are striving for, as well as the points. So it doesn't necessarily mean that if you are leading the championship, you are the leader in the ebucks log. It obviously goes down to various things within the race, and obviously the support that they can rally to get themselves up into the money. So the esports bucks. So sit back and enjoy the rest of the session with us, and hopefully we're going to bring you a lot of the action this evening. So yes, everybody finding it a bit tough out there, but I'm sure they're going to be coming back with some passion in the qualification. 16 minutes to go. Looks as though Muna's still taking the practice session at a 1 minute 1.62. He's currently in the pits. We're on board with Springbok Gamer. Nice to see Weza in a 1 minute 43. So yeah, I mean, a lot of the guys are finding it very, very tough out there. And that's what this is all about. It's all about the difficulty, and nice to see Blix and P doing a 1 minute 45, then a 1 minute 46 from Devon, and then Staff in a 1 minute 47, as well as Nesmac 7, 1 minute 47. So I think it's going to be close racing this evening. Staff just put in a lacquer time there, if I can just tell you, 144, so that's nicely done from him there. I think, yeah, it is going to be difficult. There's no doubt in my mind that the guys are going to be really finding it quite tough there. So a lot of guys have indicated they do like this track, but obviously with no assists, it is becoming quite a challenge for the individuals here on the South African Academy Online Racing esports event. And I'm sure you can see right now we've had already 1, 2, 3, 4 guys that have crashed out. They'll be looking to see what they can do in the qualification round, and hopefully see if they can improve on their current situation where they're actually standing out of the practice. So yeah, guys, we'll be watching quite carefully who's going to be doing what. And a big hand out to all those that are watching via the live stream. Great to see you guys, and we're obviously all in and waiting to see what's going to happen there. So a lot of guys going to be looking to maybe not so go so fast in the beginning of this Grand Prix, but obviously to get the tires nice and warm, and then go from there. Yeah, the different compounds we'll be looking at this evening, just to give an indication who's on what, who's doing what. So we'll just fire up that screen as well. and then you can see at the moment we currently have guys on super softs, and it looks like they're going to have the soft compounds for this evening. Nicely done. It looks like Williams coming up quite strongly behind. Nesmax just put in a 142, so, and he's got 3 laps on those softs this afternoon, as well as the Munna's he's back on the super softs at the moment, so he's going to be looking to see exactly what he's going to be doing. And yeah, there he is on the super softs there. Let's see what times he can put on this evening. Nicely done. You can see the times gradually going down, so the guys are definitely looking to see what they can do this evening, and hopefully they can change their positions, get themselves nicely out there to see at the moment. As I said, we are a little bit short on drivers this evening. I had quite a number of apologies, so yes, this event will still go on. David has just joined us, so that's great news from his side. He'll be picking up his car and getting in, and obviously for the Terra Rossa coming and doing what he needs to do in order to qualify here this evening. So great to see here. He's just joined us. We'll also have a look and see if there's anybody else. So I must say that it's going to be a little bit smaller than normal, but not to worry from our side. I think that's going to be anyway. You know, so there's going to be quality driving here this evening. So we're looking forward to this event this evening. As I mentioned, there is a poll, so if you do see the poll, take the poll and have a look. You can do that. There's about 5 questions you can answer, and let us know if you've done that poll by giving us a thumbs up on the channel. Then we know that you guys have done the poll. So and those for you that have crashed out, I'm sure you're watching this at the moment, take the poll and give us an indication of who is going to take the major position at the Azerbaijan Grand Prix this evening. And as I said, we'll be looking forward to your comments, which I see many of them still coming through at the moment. So great to see all of that happening from you guys. Yeah, nice to see the guys joining now and getting involved. As we all know, we have a number of teams here. We have TNB, which is Turbo and Bullets, also affiliated with the South African Academy Online Racing Esports Series. We also have the guys from SAAOLR, that's Dylan. He's also representing SAAOLR, which is the South African Racing Community Online. So if you want to know a little bit more, please go to the website. You'll be able to find out about these affiliations, as well as BlixMP. Yeah, BlixMP is from the GT Sports South Africa arena. So as I mentioned, any one of these guys, if you want to get involved in online racing, you can do so. If you're interested in F1, or if you're interested in a Gran Turismo sport, Racing. You can get onto our website at the South African Academy Online Racing and get hold of these guys. We have links to their websites, as well as if you want to get involved in Project Cars 2, this is also available. You can obviously there is a fantastic calendar that we have up on our website. Woo, getting a little bit muddled there watching what's going on, but you are able to do that. You can get onto our website, have a look at the calendar, and then obviously follow on from there of who's doing what and where. So we're always interested to help the South African online guys. Yes, it is console based, so if you do have a PC, there is another group of guys that are available. If you give me your details, I will pass you on to them. But if you have a console and you're looking to do some online racing with us, please let us know. We're always pleased to have you on board with us.
Paul Ricard returned to the F1 calendar this year after last hosting the French GT back in 1990. His McLaren sabotaged with Honda and moved short of fleet with another.
Nice to see that De Wit has joined us. Yes, he's on the Ultra Softs at the moment, and he's on an outer lap, so I'll be interested to see what he's going to be doing this evening. I know that he's had some trouble with his rig, but hopefully it's back, or he's on controller this evening. But he's here, and that's great to see that the founder of Turbo and Bullets is with us this evening, as well as Dylan, who is the founder of the SAAOLR guys. So yeah, if you've got a couple of thumbs up for these guys, let it be known. Tell us a little bit about obviously what you think they're going to be doing this evening, and which positions you think they're going to be finishing this evening. And as you know, it is the rivalry of the clubs here this evening with Turbo and Bullets and SAAOLR, as well as GT Sports. Show us the support that you've got for these guys. It's great to see it, and also it's great to have that interaction with you guys online, those that have you or who are watching this live broadcast this evening. Also great to see a lot of the folk coming through on the live stream, and also the regulars. Heads up to you guys. Thanks for joining us this evening. Great to have you on board. All the regulars that come and watch this race, we greatly appreciate you guys, and thank you for the support. I know that we'd like to see more and more happening, and I see a pole position of 140. Well, I would like to also see that. Does anybody who's watching the stream know, without looking at the internet, what the qualifying time was for the Azerbaijan this year in 2018? If you can maybe look that up, or give me some feedback. I think it was round about 1 minute under 35. I think 1 minute under 1 minute 35. But you guys can actually let me know if you know the exact timing that it was, and also who won that race this year. If you can maybe give it up there and have a comment there and let us know who won that. But you are currently watching the South African Academy Online Racing live stream of the Esports Championship for South Africa. This championship we call the Super League, because the guys are out there driving with no assists, and yes, it is quite tricky, especially in this very technical track here in Azerbaijan. So it's great to have you on board. Whoa, a bit of sliding there from De Wit, but I'm sure he's going to be back on track. He's doing a 1 minute 42, so a little bit off the pace with Muna at the moment, but pretty close, to be honest. Oh, and he's out. If you've just watched that, that was the tricky bit that you have to deal with on this. It's such a technical track. You have to be very wary of these very sharp and very difficult corners to get through. Very narrow, and obviously this does affect all involved, so they'll be watching out to make sure that they just make it through to the end of the race at the moment. Here we've got our overseas compatriot. He's actually a South African based elsewhere, but he's driving in the South African champion, so it's great to see Nesmac 7 here joining us this evening. Always a pleasure to have him on board with us. And as I mentioned there, we have the Muna, who's also now out. I see Springbok Gamer, we have TNB Weza, we have David, Nesmax, Staffy, Blixempy, and then we have Devon, Dylan, as well as the Sackman, Thomas, and Wasi, who are in the race this evening. So 12 competitors. It looks as though we also have Vino for real, who's going to be in the game as well this evening. So that's number 13 that's going to be with us. And as I said, we're looking forward to seeing this race this evening, and we're just grateful that you guys are joining us online this evening. So great stuff.
Both the Constructors and Drivers' Championship every year, putting an end to Red Cross dominance during the previous. Allowing safety teams to better assess the situation in the event of an accident. Paul Ricard. Against any debris. However, there has been some resistance over those new regulations from both fans and drivers. Which leads the driver on up to and back. One of the key seeing the number of cylinders reduced from
So yes, guys, as I've just showed you, a lot of guys moving up and down, so we'll be going through that. And yeah, it looks as though the practice is over, and we're going to be going through just to have a look who's going to be taking pole position this evening. I'm sure it's going to be an interesting one, had by all. So just to give you a quick overview, yes, the Muna, then Nasmac 7, Springbok Gamer, TNB Weza, and then obviously TNB DW, David. He actually came in a little bit late, but as you can see, managed to put in a 5th position before he was out. So here we go, guys. Ready, steady, go. This is the qualification round. We'll be looking to see how the guys are doing this evening. I'll let you know we have approximately 17 minutes left. And I'm sure who is going to be first, who's going to be making sure those setups are done and getting out. 13 races currently with us this evening. As I mentioned, we do not have a full log this evening, but that doesn't matter because these guys are here ready to race. So we'll be watching who is going to be doing what this evening. We can see obviously Devon coming out, his teammate not here this evening, the judge man. There goes the sack man. Here comes the Muna, he's out. So the default is going to take us to the top log guy this evening. We'll be very interested to see who is going to be doing what on this outer lap. And it looks as though Dylan a little bit off there, but I'm sure he's going to be getting that car right back in to this race this evening and get himself where he should be at the moment. Vino for real still in the pits at the moment, and it looks as though on an outer lap at the moment is the Muna. And I'm sure he's going to be wanting to keep himself going this evening, and let's see how he's going to be doing this evening. So it looks as though here's Wasi at the moment. It looks as though the Force Indias are right behind each other, so I'm be interested to see what's going to be going on here this evening. And obviously, we'll keep a keen eye and watch what is actually taking place with the guys this evening. So, yes, I see some of the comments coming through for Dylan at the moment. Dylan disqualified. Obviously, he got it around the wrong way, and obviously, he was disqualified because he didn't get it back on the track quick enough, and that's one of the factors to keep it real and safe on the track at the moment. On board with the sack man at the moment, so we'll be watching to see what he's going to be doing. 8th gear, he's going to be pulling it down just through the straight. He's going to go into this right-hander here, so he's going to have to keep it really on the taps here. A little bit off, but nicely done into 4th, going down into 5th. Let's go to Devon at the moment. He's taking care of business as he should be. Springbok Gamer still in the pits as well. Weza also in the pits at the moment. Out with the rookie himself, this year's rookie. He seems to be taking control nicely this evening. So yeah, he's currently in 7th place. I'm sure he's going to be wanting to set something up for himself there this evening. Make sure that he's still in the points. He is in the points at the moment, so nice stuff from him at the moment. Staff looking down, 6th gear, 7th gear. We're going to be watching him this evening. I'm sure he's going to be doing, this is one of his favorite tracks, and I'm sure he's going to be looking to do what he can do this evening. If we go on with Blix and P at the moment, yeah, he is in the Alfa Romeo, and we'll be looking to see what he's going to be doing with this Alfa Romeo at the moment. So we'll be keeping a keen eye to see how and what they're going to be doing from the qualification platform in order to be in the top rankings this evening. So yeah, the guys have been briefed. They've had the drivers briefing. Make sure that if you do go off the track, you stay off the track until it is traffic clear and you can come back on the track. So we will definitely make sure that we keep an eye on that, and the race director will definitely see if there are any issues. Nicely done there. First time up, second time up. It looks like a 142 is currently the pole position. I do probably expect that to change, but that all goes. Yes, it does. A 139.060. By the Munna, so that is the current log champion, who's obviously put that up. And let's get back down to him. Wasi, there's a comeback of note there. TMB Wasi just put on a 1:38. Very nice time from him. So yeah, guys, I did mention what times do you think you're going to be seeing this evening, and there already we're in the sub 140 region, so that's great to watch with us on board. If you are watching, once again, you can give us a little bit of info how you're doing. And also nice to have you on board with us. Yes, remember, you are watching the esports series from the South African Academy Online Racing, and we've got 12 minutes, just under 12 minutes to go, or should I say 12 minutes 30 seconds to go. So the guys are definitely going to be going into the pits, seeing what else they can do to make their runs better, check their lines, as well as see how they're going to be conquering the Azerbaijan track this evening. It's great to have you on board. We're looking forward to this race. It's been 1 week when Munna took the Chinese championship, and now this week we're in Azerbaijan, and we're going to be watching who's going to be taking and be called king of this track this week. So thanks for watching. It looks as though Wazi has done an excellent job for the TNB team at the moment, and yeah, as you can see there, he's put on a 1:38, and that is fantastic driving from him, and we'll be looking forward to seeing what he can do. Pitsing as well. It looks as though here we are with David at the moment. That's where he had his slight incident with the wall. Here he comes through again, and looking to see if he can shave some more time off his current position at the moment. I'm sure he wants to get at least in the top 2, if not the top pole position here this evening. Nesmax doing very, very well, coming back with a vengeance from last week. He ended up in 5th position last week in China. I'm sure he's going to be wanting to pull that back. And the Sackman, nice to see the work you're doing out there in the Mercedes-Benz. Great job from you. 5th position at the moment. Devon holding up that flag for the Reynolds at the moment at a 1:42.087 seconds. So he'll be looking to go out. Let's have a look and see what tires are fitted at the moment. There are ultra softs, there are super softs going, and I'm sure the guys are going to be wanting to see exactly what they can do this evening. We are on board with the Sackman, just taking care of business and seeing what he's up to. He's just been swept past because he's going into the pits. So yeah, nice to see. I think this is probably Wasi who's out on the track. So let's have a look and see. Sorry, it's Wessa. Sorry, that's out on the track. Let's see what he's going to be putting in this evening. Yeah, just heads up to the judge, man. I see you are commentating on the stream. We miss you, buddy. Hope to see you back next week. And I'm sure you can see what your partner's doing this evening. He's up in 6th place, so that's good driving from him. And yeah, hopefully you're back next week so we can see and see how you guys can change the standings on this championship, as well as the Constructors' Championship here on the South African Academy Online Racing Esports Series. So great to have you on board with the stream. If you are joining us, fantastic to have you on with us this evening. And it also looks like Vino for real also out of this current qualifications at the moment. So yeah, it's looking to be a bit of a bloodbath out there. But I'm sure we're going to be all intrigued to see where all of the guys are going to be landing up here this evening. And it looks as though some of the guys are having a bit of an issue trying to get around this track. And as I mentioned, highly technical track to get around, highly difficult, but hats off to these guys. They are doing an excellent job as it stands this evening. So yeah, on board with Wasi again, putting in a fantastic lap time. So your predictions, guys. Who do you think is going to win this Grand Prix? There is a poll that you can take. If you look on the channel, you'll find the polls. Hopefully I'll get it out to you if you haven't seen it already. Have a look for the polls on the channel. If you are watching by phone, it could be a little bit difficult, but I'm sure there is an indication there. Just to give you once again a little bit of information regarding the e-buck situation, and there it is up on the screen at the moment. You can see who is serving the charge when it comes to the E-Bucks at the moment. Most of the guys are looking to capture that. If you can see Blix and P well ahead at the moment at 2.3 million, and then the Munna at 1.7 million, and then you can see Dylan right there on 1.3 million, and then Weza on 1.1 million. The rest of the guys following closely behind, and I'm sure that with your support they're going to make a difference when it comes to who are you supporting this evening. And obviously you cannot nominate yourself. You cannot nominate yourself. So guys, just remember that if you are watching and you are trying to get some E-Bucks for the auction of the teams for Season 4, you obviously know that you cannot, I repeat, you cannot nominate yourself, guys. Nice try, some of you. But it's always good to have you guys on board with us anyway and enjoying the racing just as much as we are enjoying the racing. Some of the guys are asking, how does it work? Yes, if you are nominating, it's counted as one, so you can't do repeats. But obviously if you subscribe and if you get to the channel, nice to see, by the way, Blix and P putting in a 1 minute 42, Staffy a 1 minute 42, as well as Devon. So lots of close racing here this evening. A 141 by the Sackman, also Springbok Gamer 141. It looks like Weza put on a 1 minute 40, so he's almost beyond that barrier of getting under the 140 mark. So nice drive from them, as we currently see 3 guys out at the moment. However, I'm sure that's going to change quite soon, so we'll be watching out to see who's going to be doing what here this evening. I see Munna's trying to get through. He's trying to break into pole position, and he's definitely looking to put on a challenge onto Wasi here this evening, as well as David. So great racing from all 3 at the moment, hitting 1, 2 and 3. Nesmax looking to come up into one of those positions at the moment, and he is so close at getting there, as well as TNB Weza. He's looking to do that as well. I'm sure Springbok Gamer is not going to be laying on anything this evening. He's also going to be wanting to try and do that. And there we have Munna out, pushing it as much as he could to get past. And there you can see Wazzy or Staffy going past him at the moment. A big front end, hit the wall, came across, and smack, he's out there. So we'll be watching very carefully this evening. Obviously the guys have to look at what they're doing and how they're going to approach this evening. So nearly the end of the session at the moment. Obviously the guy is pulling over. 8 seconds to go before we start this race. It's going to be a very interesting one to watch this evening, guys. So make sure that you join us in the next couple of minutes, because we're going to be taking on the Azerbaijan track, and we're going to be seeing who is going to be victorious here in Azerbaijan, here on the South African Academy Online Racing Esports Series. Yeah, so just a rundown, going through the paces here. 2 minutes remaining, and that's just to make sure those that were out on the track get round and finish what they started. If they were out before the shut-off or cut-off time, then they do have maybe an opportunity. But as you can see there, Nesmax climbs into second place. So great drive from him in the Williams. So always good to have you on board. Welcome to all of you that are watching the stream live. It's fantastic to have you on board with us this evening. And yes, let's once again just confirm. Number 1 is TNP Wazi. Number 2 is Nesmax. Number 3 coming in there is the Muna 303. Then 4th place is David. Then Weza, Springbok Gamer. Then we have the Sackman in 7th. Blixempy is there, as well as Devon. Nicely done, guys. We are now moving over to the main event this evening. So good luck to everybody. Hope everybody's going to enjoy this race. I know it is very technical. It is very difficult this evening. Remember, they're going to be going into a formation lap. Then from the formation lap, they will then be ready to drive, guys. So we'll be watching very carefully of what's going to happen this evening. So here we are, ready to go, and it is the formation lap that's taking place right now, and the guys are just going to get those tires nice and warmed up. As you can see, Wazzy on the Ultra Softs at the moment. Let's see if we can just swip through, and Ultra Softs for Nesmax at the moment. The guys are coming through quite nicely, and obviously going to be pushing on a time or two this evening. And we'll be looking to see what's going to happen. If you do knock a car, you're going to be disqualified. However, you will be going back into that position and then basically start off from the back end of the car. So it doesn't really affect you too much, but it just gives those guys that are going around the track some advantage of getting those tires nice and up and running this evening. So great to have you on board. It's always great to see what's going to happen, what's going to go down, and yeah, nice to see exactly what's going to be taking place here this evening. Just going through the list at the moment. Yes, we have currently 14 drivers, so yeah, nice to see that happening. I see Mad Max 46 Senior has joined the race as well, another SAAOLR member. Hopefully he's going to be driving. I'd like to see what he's able to do this evening. since we have a position open in the McLaren. So hopefully he can do something there, and we'll be watching to see what he can do. It looks like Vino is there as well. Vino for real at the moment, also a McLaren driver. I see it's put him in a Ferrari, but that doesn't matter. We know that he is racing for McLaren this evening, so his points will be going to McLaren at this point in time. So we'll be watching exactly what's happening there this evening. So here they are coming up on the grid, and we'll be almost ready to go, ready to fly at the Grand Prix at Azerbaijan. And we're going to be seeing out of these 14 drivers who is going to be where and positioned this evening. So just waiting for them to line up. We will obviously give you an indication of where they are and who's doing what. The lights are there. They are ready to go, and they are going to be away right now. So here we go. There they go. They're pulling off. You can see that Wazzy getting out in front. It looks like the two Williams almost touched there, but they did keep it aside. So great driving from everybody at the moment. It seems as though they've made it through the first corner, and obviously just switching back to see who is where and in what position. It looks as though the sack man is a bit out, but he is back in the race, still getting himself into position there. So yes, it is going to be an interesting one to watch this evening. It looks like Mad Max 46 Senior is in the Renault this evening. So yeah, welcome to him. Hopefully he's going to have a good race this evening. Dylan seems to be in 12th spot at the moment. I'm sure he's going to be wanting to bring that back. We're just going to whip right up to the front area. You can see the cars are bunched up quite significantly, but it does seem that Dylan is out of this race this evening from SAAOLR. So we'll be having a look to see what's actually happening in along those lines. Nesmax still, he's in second position at the moment, following Awasi, who is bolting forward here this evening on this Azerbaijan track. And it's nice to see him handling this track as he is at the moment. It does seem to see, it looks as though, yes, Mad Max is already in some trouble there. He's going to get this through. Yes, he does. And away he's off, getting himself through there. It looks like Sackman coming in through. Wazzy has just put on a 1 minute 45. So he has done that. It looks like Dylan has left the session. Unfortunately, I think he had a crash out there. But let's see what happens this evening. We're on board at the moment with, it looks like we're with Thomas at the moment, so he's going to be handling things a little bit different. He is in 8th place at the moment, Staff in 7th at the moment, so great stuff. And here we go in the Ferrari this evening. However, he is in a McLaren, and sometimes if you do join late, the game decides which car you're going to be driving in. So yes, we are fully aware it is that particular McLaren that he will be driving for, and his points will go to McLaren. It looks as though Blixenp, unfortunately, out of this one, and that is going to affect him quite substantially with the points at the moment. It looks as though, as we speak, Springbok Gamer in the Haas doing quite nicely for himself in 5th position. The Munna in 4th position. So they are a split seconds away from each other, and we'll be having a look at some of the telematics as well as position changes at the moment. So even you can see there, nicely done by Vino. For real, he's come up 5 positions. So great driving from him. As he's currently standing. Hopefully he can keep it together and obviously take care of business this evening. So the majority of them on the Ultra Softs as well as the Super Softs. The Super Softs are leading the table. That's going to give them a little bit more distance. Nice overtake there by De Wit, taking Munna, and that was some great driving from him there. Some really close driving, but very nicely done from him at this particular point in time. Just having a look, yes, the Munna looking to be quite close on him at the moment. Is he going to go through? No, he cannot. The door is shut. He cannot get through there. So this is going to be some exciting racing to watch here as Munna and De Wit are battling it out for that third position at the moment. Let's have a quick overview of who is and where is Nesmax. Nesmax coming through nicely. Yes, handling that particular section, which is pretty tricky on this track. Very nicely there. Wasi way ahead at the moment. I think he's going to be quite comfortable sitting there. There is some distance between him and the second position, who is Nesmax at the moment, but you can see how close these two are at the moment. That is the Munna as well as De Wit. And I can tell you, these guys are going to be battling it out. They're at each other's throats here this evening, looking for an opportunity. Is Munna now to see where he can go, where he can look for a position at any point to take position on De Wit this evening. Some nice driving from these two drivers at the moment. Hopefully they can keep it together. Yes, it looks as though he's gonna come through. Is he gonna come through? Yes, he does, right in front of De Wit at the moment. I think De Wit was on the wrong line, but he manages to squeeze that car through. So it looks as though Williams has just taken third position. So Williams is in second and in third. So big points heading their way if they can keep this together. Nicely done by the Munna, but I'm sure De Wit is not going to give up at any point in this race to ensure that he's going to get past the Munna. And I think it's all going to be down to what is the pit strategy this evening and who's going to be doing what. So nice work from these guys. Great work. And we'll be watching closely to see how this unfolds here at the South African Academy Online Racing. And yes, it looks as though Thomas has now retired. He did not finish, so he's obviously put it in to a wall somewhere. We can quickly see, no, we're unable to view what actually happened there, but I can assure you we'll be looking to see who is doing what at the moment. So let's have a look and see who is coming where. And it looks as though Weza in the Red Bull, he is currently in 9th spot at the moment. The Sackman doing exceptionally well in the Mercedes-Benz. Nice to see we still have with us these two gentlemen going at it as well. That's, oh, it looks as though Vino has just hit the wall for McLaren. He is now also out, unfortunately. Taken by another victim, goes to the Azerbaijan track at the moment. Nice to see now what Staff is going to do. Is he going to go all the way? He's just pumped up. It looks as though, yes, it was Nesmax into the pits. So he's just had a set of tires changed. It's put on the Ultra Soft. So let's see what he's going to be doing. Nobody affecting him at this point in time. So that's great stuff. This means that Springbok Game is pushed up. He's on the softs at the moment, the Super Softs. So not on Ultra Softs, he's on Super Softs according to me. And what I can see, he's got 4 laps on these at the moment. De Wit also, he's got 4 laps on the Ultra Softs. So let's see, are they going to go the whole way through this race on this, or there definitely will be a pit stop, but let's see how long they can keep these tires on for this evening. As you can see, some distance happening now between the Munna. The Munna's gone up into second position. De Wit now in third. So we'll be interested to see if they're going to maintain this spot or not. here this evening. So quite interesting. As you can see, there has been some form of distance as we go down this long straight between these two rivals. So we're going to be keeping a close eye on first and second. There they come through in this particular section. A bit of braking there from David, but I'm sure he's going to be looking. Springbok Gamer, and it looks as though, yes, somebody has left the game at the moment. A total drive through there. Yes, the car is ghosting, so we'll be looking at what actually happened there at the moment. David, as you can see, in third spot, he is catching up. There is a slight time difference there, but I'm sure he'll be hauling the Muna in as soon as he can. Nicely done. Lap 5 on the Ultrasofts for the Wazzy, TNB Wazzy. Oh, it looks as though he's just lost something there, a bit of a slide, and that's the danger of that particular section. Very, very technical, but he seems to have lost it slightly and has some damage, so this will affect his race. He is quite far ahead, but hopefully they can sort him out as quickly as possible. We'll be having a look to see, is he going to go into the pits? But you can see the front wing there damaged from that particular incident. So yeah, this is going to affect him quite heavily from a slowdown and through in. So we'll have a look and see how is he going to handle this now. Is he going to go into the pits? We'll have a look and see at the moment. I mean, this is a decision to go in. Yes, it is a decision to go in. And it looks like David is out. Unbelievable what we're seeing here this evening. It all looks very daunting from that perspective to see what happened there. But I do not know what happened, unfortunately. But he is definitely out of this race, which means Wazzy is now in third spot. Muna has moved now down. They're coming through start and finish, which means Springbok Gamer has now moved up to second spot, as well as Nesmac. So Wazzy in the pits getting that repair sorted out. Let's see if he's still in the track or if he's coming out. Yes, he has come out at the moment. And it looks as though he is sitting behind. Yes, he's gone through. And we'll see what is taking place at the moment. And he looks to be handling quite nicely on the track and sorting things out. Staff also just coming up behind the TNB Wasi at the moment. So we'll have a look. We have now currently 1, 2, 3, 4 guys out of this race. So at the moment, actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys out of this race. And obviously that is just showing you how technically difficult this is in this race this evening. So you can see Nesmax coming up on the Springbok game at the moment. I'm sure he's going to be pushing to see if he can come up and take that second spot from the Springbok gamer. So we'll be watching very carefully to see how he handles things here. Is he going to keep it under wraps, or what is going to be taking place? Currently, as you can see, the top 9 positions at the moment. However, we will be re-looking at the racing that's going on here You can see we have 8 drivers left in this race. 8 drivers left in this race. It is the Munna, the Springbok Gamer, Nesmax, TNB Wasi. It looks like the Sackman. It looks like TNB Weza. So most of these guys will be saying, listen, can I make it to the end of this race? Obviously, there are a number of these guys that are currently in the points at the moment. So that is going to definitely help them with this. It's 9 laps into this 26 lap race. So yeah, they do have a fair distance to go. And it looks as though there's going to be a bit of an overtake here. Is it an overtake or not? And it looks like Nesmax is looking to take the number 1 position. He does, and it looks as though it comes back with Springbok Gamer. Well, nicely done by Springbok Gamer. He looked and saw what was happening to Nesmax. Nesmax lost it in that corner, went a little bit in, and there Springbok Gamer saw the opportunity and took that opportunity to keep himself now in front of the pack. So it is now Springbok Gamer leading this Grand Prix here at Azerbaijan. So very nicely done from his side. Let's keep a close eye on this group of guys here, because it is going to be close racing from all of these guys in the fold. It looks as though those tires were not lasting, but it seems as though a slight bash. Yes, there is a bash, and there is going to be something to be said about that. Unfortunately, Nesmax too close behind. It looks like Springbok Gamer, and let's see what has occurred. Hopefully Springbok Gamer is still in. He has lost front of wing there, so he's going to have to take care of business there. And it looks like Wazzy has just taken up the 2nd position, and it looks like Nesmax, I don't know if he's got some damage, but obviously we'll be keeping a close eye on seeing what's actually going to take place there. 8 seconds off the pace is Munna at the moment, so he'll be looking to come back. Let's have a look what's going to happen here with Springbok Gamer. Springbok Gamer definitely going to go in for the pits. Is he or is he not? Yes, he is. I think that is the best decision that he's made at the moment. He's got currently 8 laps on those tires. That could have been some sort of problem for him, especially on those super soft tires. And let's see if he can get in there, get out. It looks as though they are taking the front nose cone off and putting another one on. So this is definitely going to be a challenge for him to get back into this race. Here comes, he's going to be coming out any second now, and it looks as though Staff might be coming out in front. No, it's not. He is still away distance behind. I think it's now being conservative, making sure the guys just finish the race, because at this point in time 10 laps have gone of this 26 lapper, and I'm sure it's going to be something to watch here this evening. As I can see now, the Sackman in 4th position at the moment, so that's also great driving from him at the moment. That definitely brings him up into the points, as well as getting the maximum out of this evening. So I'm sure he'll be very happy with at least a 2nd, 3rd, or even 1st. But I think where he's currently standing, he's also going to be happy with that particular result. If I look down the log, we have Devon. Devon is in 8th spot, and I can assure you he's going to be doing the pit now. He's currently on the softs, and let's see what he goes for now when it comes in. It looks again he's going to be putting softs on. He did quite a substantial distance on those. It was 11 laps, and now he goes with the softs probably until the end of the race. So this may help him at the moment. If I'm looking down currently, it looks as though, yes, it looks as though the Sackman's coming in, and he's done 9 laps on those particular tires, so he'll be looking We've also got somebody else coming in, so we want to see who's that at the moment. Number 15, he's gone, he's out of there, and it looks as though he's put on the softs this evening. So that's great stuff from the sack man. There we are on board with our good driver, Springbok Gamer, very consistent, 1 lap on those. And it looks like to be TNB Weza. What is he going to do now? He's got 9 laps on those super soft, so he'll be looking to see maybe this is now an opportunity for me to come in and change those tires. It takes about 20 seconds all in all from start of pit lane to end of pit lane, plus those tires being changed. So he might take that on right now. He's done 9 laps in those super soft tires. They will be a little bit difficult to handle on this track. As I said, very fast, and it probably eats tires on this track, on this circuit, city circuit track here in Azerbaijan. So we'll be keeping a close eye on. We're on with the Muna at the moment. It looks like Wasi has taken the top position now from Nesmax. So Nesmax looking close to get as close as he can to Wasi. And he'll be waiting for any opportunity. If Wasi makes a mistake, he'll be taking that top position. But I'm sure he's not going to be giving up at any bit to make sure that he's going to be looking for that top spot here this evening. 2 Williams in first and second. So yeah, they'll be going up the constructors again if they can maintain this position. But nice to see Weza now for the Red Bulls. He's now moved up to 4th position. So if he can just keep it steady and keep it going, he'll definitely be in the points. So yeah, it will probably push him past. If he can maintain that position, it will probably push him past De Wit, who is now out of this race. He did not finish. So unfortunate for De Wit this evening, had a bit of an altercation and is out of this race. I did see a particular incident which I'm sure the marshals will have to take a look at and see what occurred there, if there is a report handed in. But we'll wait and see until the end of the race on that particular element of this racing this evening. Oh, it looks as though we had a spin out there, unfortunately. So, yeah, let's hopefully, I think it was Staff. Hopefully he can get back on track and get into this particular round of events again. I'm sure he's a little bit unhappy. Oh, another smack against the wall, but let's see what happens there. Hopefully he's going to go into the pits there, go sort out what he needs to do and get back into this race. He's done valiantly this evening. Very nice driving for his team at the moment, and I think that's what he's trying to do. You know, it's also a team effort, so you have to get back into the race. You have to maintain those points for the team and see where you are at the moment. So, yeah, great driving. And here Springbok Gamer obviously looking to get himself in that position, and currently in 4th. And if I go up the Muna, he's in 3rd spot at the moment with Nesmax in 7th. His teammate in 2nd place. And then obviously there you can see Wasi. He is in 1st, going through now on lap 14 here. And you can see closely followed by Nesmax 7. And he's still going on those particular wheels, or those tires. And I'm sure he's going to be finding it very difficult just now. So he's going to be looking, you can see the time gap increasing between these two guys. So I don't know, there has to be a decision made by Nesmax 7 to go in and change those tires. He's already on lap number 9 on those tires. So let's see how much longer he can stay out with those tires, as we are currently looking at him coming through in the Williams at the moment. So it looks like Nesmax, as you can see, had gone in and is now out in 3rd position. As well as you can see, the Munna has now taken 2nd, but it's still Awazi leading this race. So great driving from him this evening for the Force India team. And we can see 4th position with Springbok Gamer. Great driving from these guys. Weza, he is in 5th place in the Red Bull, 3 seconds off the pace. So we'll be looking 3 seconds behind Springbok Gamer. It looks like he'll be looking to see if he can take that spot away. Nesmax in 3rd, Munna 2nd, and then Wazi in 1st. They're not missing out on any action here this evening. You can see how close these two drivers are fighting for that fourth spot at the moment. So I'm sure that Springbok Gamer is fully aware that Weza is behind him. You can see him in the rearview mirrors there, and it looks as though, yes, he has overtaken. So there you go. It's now Weza up into fourth position there, which drops Springbok Gamer down to fifth. So we'll be still watching out and seeing what's taking place. Who is on the more used tires? It is definitely Springbok Gamer. 7 laps on those tires, and Weza only 4. 2 laps on the tires for Nesmax, and then 8 and 10 laps for the number 1 and the number 2 position there this evening. It looks as though Sackman 6 laps on his tires at the moment. So what is the strategy going forward? Are they going to have another pit stop? They're on lap 18 of this 26 lap race, and definitely we'll be keeping an eye on to see who is going to be where currently going through this. So yes, they are. There they go past the castle in Azerbaijan, and obviously we'll be watching out to see Staffy still in this race. Great stuff from him. He's gone to the ultra softs now. Obviously Devon looking lap 6 on this. So great stuff from them in this race. Still going to be in the points, and I think that's the whole objective of what these guys are trying to do, is not only try and win the race, but actually remain in the race for the entire session. So great driving from all in this race so far. On lap number 18, unfortunately Devon out of this race now. So now it is basically 7 drivers left in this race. So very tough going for everybody this evening, and let's keep our thumbs up for the guys, and hopefully our fingers crossed that these guys will be able to finish this race this evening. It has been a tremendous challenge for these guys, and great stuff to watch going on the South African Academy Online Racing. So, lap number 22, guys. Sorry, my voice is a little bit croaky this evening, so I'm trying to save it at the moment, so please bear with me. Yep, it's lap number 22. Was he taking care of business here this evening at Azerbaijan? He's done 15 laps on those softs. So how much longer can he go? I think he might even take it to the end of the race. But this is going to be quite interesting, because if I look now what's happening, is he being caught? No, there is some distance, about 9 seconds. So he's got to watch himself. Munna has 13 laps on his at the moment. If we go way up the line here, you can see exactly where Wassie's coming through start finish now. He didn't take the pit opportunity, and I'm sure he didn't, because if you look way back in the distance at the moment, that is definitely going to be causing a problem for him going forward. So he's going to be looking to maintain the number 1 position. Munna in second place at the moment, and then Nesmax in third. So the Williams in the points at the moment, as well as it looks like to be the Force India team. If Staffy can maybe push up a little bit more, he may be in also. But if he finishes where he's finishing now, he is in the points. However, it looks as though he will get some points for the team as well. So great driving for them this evening. And let's see, Munna 8 seconds behind now, so has caught up slightly. Nesmax 14 seconds behind, and then Aweza, he is way behind at the moment, but still in this race in 4th place. If I go back just a little bit, you can see Springbok Gamer. He's slightly off the pace this evening, trying to haul in Weza at the moment. So we'll be watching carefully here. And then in 6th spot, nicely done by the Sackman. In 6th at the moment, 11 laps on these tires at the moment. So we'll be watching to see where he's going to be ending up. As you can see, light just a little bit behind him. Going into lap number 23, you can see now it is Staffy, and Staffy is picking up the pace. And let's see if he can get past. If he can get past the Sackman, that will push his points up even more into 6th spot. So great driving from him as well. Popping up to the leader of this race at the moment. 2 laps to go, and it looks as though he's catching the back markers up at the moment. So he is catching up on the back markers at the moment. So nice drive from Wassie at the moment. He looks as though he is catching up to the Sackman. Sackman lets him go through. That's excellent work from him. So nicely done. And that's what we're talking about. If you see that blue flag, get out of the way nicely, which is what he's done there, and let Awasi get past him. So nice job from him. Going back down, here is Staffy in 7th spot, followed by it. Well, just in front of him, the Sackman, and then Springbok Gamer. He is holding that 5th spot. Then you have Weza in 4th position at the moment, and as you can see, we have had a number of did not finishes this evening, and it just shows you how difficult this track can be on the drivers here this evening. As you saw there, heavy braking from Weza at the moment. So yeah, he's got to maintain those tires and keep them nice and strong to finish this race at the moment. He's done 11 laps on there, but the race leader in lap number 25 is on 18 laps on these softs. So he's going to be finishing this race on the softs, as you can see at the moment. He's done very nicely this evening. So if he can maintain no issues with the car, he seems to be handling it very, very nicely to finish this race as the champion of this track. So let's have a look and see if he can do it this evening. I know that he's had some bad luck in the past, and I'm hoping that he will be finishing this race this evening as the king of Azerbaijan of this track. This is definitely a difficult one, street circuit, and he's technically held it well this evening. He's allowed those tires to last through the session. I think he's going to be coming through start and finish into the final lap, and here we go. And he's just put on the fastest time as well with those tires, even under those conditions, where he's done 19 laps. So very nice driving from Wazzy this evening. Something that his teammate can be proud of, who is Staffy, and they're going to be finishing in the top 7. So nicely done from them. A team effort very much in play at the moment here at the moment. So just looking now at the Williams at the moment in first and second position. So it is the Munna, followed by, here we go, followed by Nesmax, and then we have T&B. Oh, a lot of braking happening there. He is pushing that car. That is Weza at the moment in the Red Bull, taking care of business. Another day on the track, so very nice from him in fourth position. And then we have probably a fantastic drive from Springbok Game at the moment, handling as well business, taking care, making fifth his own at the moment. Nice job from the Sackman in sixth. Now let's go back up to Wesa. He's almost finishing this race now. We're looking at the last couple of turns before he takes the checkered flag. So here we go, down the long sweep through the main grandstands, and obviously looking to take the Grand Prix, and he does absolutely do a fantastic job taking the number 1 position now of this Grand Prix. Very nicely done, slows right down, and he has taken the pole position. He has finished as the number 1 driver this evening, then followed by Munna, then followed by Nesmax, and it looks as though, yes, it is all over here. And as you can see, Weza coming through the last couple of turns to finish off in fourth position, and then followed by Springbok Gamer. So we'll wait for the official results at the moment. Through that 90 degree, comes down, is going to go in through the sweeping 90 degree, and then through another sector which is going to be sort of S's, and then he'll be finishing the race this evening as well in that fourth spot. So nicely done by the Red Bulls this evening. Congratulations to everybody who has finished this race, because it definitely has been a difficult one for all this evening. We've had a number of did not finishes, but very well done to those who have finished this race in Azerbaijan this evening. Thank you for watching. It's always great to see you guys. It's always great to see the comments that you guys leave on the stream. Thank you for being a part of the South African Academy Online Racing Esports Series Season 3. We do appreciate you watching and having a look at what is going on with us. So very nicely done, and great to see all of the racing that's been taking place. And yes, many are saying, yes, we're in the points here this evening, but it has been a hard one for all that has been in this race. So great driving by all of you. We're just having a confirmation to see where everybody is. There we have the winners at the moment. Wasi on top there, followed by obviously the Munna as well as Nesmax there. So very nicely done. You can see the trophy being held, champagne being disposed of at this point in time, but very nicely done by the drivers here this evening. So great drive from all. We thank you for watching our event, and we thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedules here on a Sunday evening, and obviously allowing us to bring you this racing. As you can see, all the incidences that have happened, this I normally take through for the points, as well as having a look at all of these positions of what took place this evening during this race. There is the confirmation of the standings, whether they finished or not. That will be the log positions on that. So guys, thank you very much for watching. We'll be seeing you soon and next time on the South African Academy Online Racing. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for being a part of our event, and we hope to see you next time here on the South African Academy Online Racing.